Start with Meghan McCain. I'll start with Meghan McCain because I love Meghan McCain, my queen, my princess. Let's get started. I just debated you guys. I said Andrew Yang, but we're gonna do, before we go to Bodega Andy, we're gonna start off with the queen. The queen, just absolute queen. Let's see what queen shit she had to say, and then I'll move on to girl boss Liz Cheney, who's another Republican queen, desperately trying to gain recognition and love from the from the liberals for some fucking weird reason, or not for weird reason. They just want, like, they honestly want recognition and respect from liberals because that's like the cocktail circuits that they surround themselves in. So they want that kind of recognition from those people so that, like, so they can still go to those parties and shit. Hi Hasan, what do you think of this monkey? Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Good monkey. Looks very wise. This is a very wise monkey. Good monkey, my friend.
4 months, Pog.
Jesus, we're already in here. Why so many links? The links in here are so you can fucking retweet it and tell your friends and family. That's why I blasted it.
Doesn't want the squad to look bad. They just want Marjorie Taylor to look bad. Anti-Semitism is a huge problem everywhere in this country. When you talk about Holocaust survivors,
yes, it is.
My producer who produces me every day, grandparents.
We're going to break, and when we come back, you can continue talking, but now we're going to break, so we'll be right back. I'm cutting you off because we have to go, Megan. Why do you think I'm cutting?
Oh my God, bro. What the fuck?
Cutting you off because we have to go, Megan. Why do you think I'm cutting?
Because the media doesn't want.
Oh my fucking God, dude. We got to watch that full segment. Hit me with that segment, dude. Oh, I am so horny right now. That is fucking awesome, dude. Okay, that is like, ooh, that's good. Oh, that's fucking so good. Oh, God damn. Speaking of which, listen, guys. This is actually kind of a touchy subject because, like, obviously there is legitimacy to people talking about anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a real problem, and it has increased, especially in recent times. It's been increasing as a consequence of, like, the Trump administration and the neo-Nazis that felt valid, like they had a fucking space, right? But there are also these kinds of fucking takes where the anti-Semitism is a shield, is a deflective shield against, like, criticisms of Israel's treatment of Palestinians and Palestine in general. And I say to those people, suck my cock, 100%. Like, how dare you? This is such freak shit that my friends that are not, like, super invested in the media part of things sent this to me and were like, look at this psycho. Okay? Like, what a fucking psychopathic tweet, dude. My Jewish friend saw a sign that said, first of all, I don't believe that this is real. I don't believe that this person has a Jewish friend that literally said this in honesty. My Jewish friend saw a sign that said free parking and panicked that it had said free Palestine. The Jews are tired. Yo, let me just say something, okay? Listen, seriously.
2 months in daycare.
And this is, if you think that this is anti-Semitic, like, sorry, GG's, I guess. But if you start hyperventilating when you see a sign that says free Palestine, you're out of your fucking mind, okay?
My streamer more money.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Seriously. Oh my God. I saw a sign that says free Palestine. Like, that betrays this notion that, like, that you are legitimately worried for your safety. I'm just letting you know. Straight up. Like, free Palestine, why the fuck is that supposed to be an attack on you? Like, why are you reporting to the rest of the world? Why are you telegraphing to the rest of the fucking world that, like, Palestinian liberation implies that you, as a Jewish person, not even as an Israeli, which, by the way, again, is still a self-report, even if you are an Israeli. But as a Jewish person, your freedoms are limited. I mean, this is literally the exact same shit that white people said about black liberation. Okay? I'm sorry. You are literally doing that right now. Like, oh my God. I saw Black Lives Matter sign and I immediately rushed to my safe space, my little bag that I have, my little paper bag that I have, because I started hyperventilating into it because I was having a panic attack because I was so worried that I saw Black Lives Matter signs. Oh no, it's like, come on, dude. Really? Really? What the fuck is wrong with you? You are literally like, you are showing your ass here. You are showing that your position is preposterous. Anti-Semitism is an issue, but trying to use it right now to defend Israel's action is even more anti-Semitic. Yeah, literally, like. She deleted the tweet and went private. Wait, just now? Bro, she had 3,000 quote tweets. The moment I look at it, she deletes it and goes private. Really? Well, that's the last time you guys will see this tweet, boys. So. Who the fuck is Eve Barlow's Abraham Reisman? This is Eve Barlow. Linda Sarsour wouldn't have been able to reach all the pop stars she's got into her Hamas promo had Jewish music journalists like me not existed to build those artists up in the first place. Don't be salty. What? I did Lizzo's Playboy Centerfold. I did Halsey's Guardian 2020 cover story. I was one of the first people to write about The Weeknd. I could go on, but I don't want you to think I control the media. What? If you shared that Refinery 29 primer today on Palestine, then well done. You're a fucking Nazi. I always feel especially Jewish when I'm nursing a migraine in a dark chamber with no end of suffering in sight. Are you alluding your migraine to what the people suffered during the Holocaust? Because if you are, how dare you compare your migraine to that? Oh my God.
Happy 15 months, chat.
Bro, that is fucking wild, dude. I love that. I this is really good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. So, I mean, this is like, if she's joking, like she's obviously joking. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, how dare this Jewish person make a joke like this? Okay, I think it's silly because I'm not Meghan McCain, i.e. speak for all Jews around the world despite not being Jewish. So I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, yeah, she is fucking joking. You guys are crazy. Oh my God, my enemies and people with bad opinions are incapable of ever committing an act of humor. Jewish people make Holocaust jokes all the time. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people here are like, she's not joking. This has to be a joke. You guys are fucking crazy. This is 100% a joke, dude. Her description, journalist, Zionist, Scottish. I mean, Zionist people can make Holocaust jokes too, man. I mean, look at Netanyahu. Oh, except he didn't. He wasn't joking, though. He was very serious. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
And I have a question regarding Palestine and Israel. I understand the frustration and the idea of colonization, although around 2006 Palestine elected government was overthrown, and ever since the West Bank and Gaza Strip have had different leader.
Oh, yeah, man. How the fuck is she a Scot and a Zionist? Did you see Bernie's take regarding apartheid? Wait, what did he say? Do you have a pussy-ass statement? Old man. Old man! Listen to me! Listen! What is this pussy ass, wishy-washy ass, don't call it apartheid bullshit? Okay? We have moved beyond J Street activism, okay? Actually, I don't know if the Jewish Voice for Peace and if not now, use those terms as well. But it is the truth. That is what's happening. Come on, old man. I would be surprised if they were against using terminology like that, but Bernie was on Face the Nation. He was like, we can't say certain words. Like what?
She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believe in shoes and cars with floors in the new apartment couture from the stores department. Have
you ever met Mr. Sanders? Just curious. Yes, I have. Of course I've met Mr. Sanders. I love him. Don't call me old when you're pushing 30, boomer. Can you read her tweet in Scottish? Okay, hold on. I'm going to do it again. I always feel especially Jewish when I'm nursing a migraine in a dark chamber with no end of suffering in sight. Is that good? Okay, that's how she said it. If you shared that Refinery 29 primer today on Palestine, then well done, you're a fucking Nazi. Linda Sarsour wouldn't have been able to reach all the pop stars she got to join her Hamas promo. Had Jewish music journalists like me not existed to build up those artists up in the first place. Don't be fucking salty. I did Lizzo's Playboy centerfold. I did Halsey's Guardian 2020 cover story. I was one of the first people to write about The Weeknd. I could go on, but I don't want you to think I control the media. Oh, very good.
My iPhone has glasses now.
Hold on, I'll read the original one too. My Jewish friend saw a sign that said free parking and panicked that it had said free Palestine. The Jews are tired. Oh, what is this?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Okay. The equivalent of I have a black friend, I'm not racist. No, I think she. Wait, she's Jewish, right? She, like, I assume she's Jewish. Right? I mean, it says she's a Zionist, but you can be like a Catholic Zionist or whatever the fuck, but I think she is, like, it's a little weird to just like
Free Palestine. Like,
okay, if she's not Jewish and making that Holocaust joke, then you know, and maybe that's an indoor joke. You know what I mean? Maybe you keep that in your group chat with your
thanks for 4 months of pretending
your Jewish friends
while I watch your stream.
Like, that's a. And by that I mean, didn't you teach chat what cashews were yesterday? Yeah, it's funny because chat was fucking trying to be like cashews. That seems like a slur. Anyway.
You really need to look up here other tweets. It's not jokes.
Cashews come from. I mean, I said it does sound like a slur a little bit. It sounds like a pejorative, but okay, part one. Let's fucking watch this shit, dude. Let's go. Come on.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's time in office has been marked by harassing of the House.
Oh, cashew means half Catholic, half Jewish. Cath Jew.
Hassle.
It's just like, I don't know. It's a term I learned in University of Miami. Yeah, we saw the full page ad. Boys, why are you sending the... Did you see this full page New York Times ad calling out celebs to condemn Hamas? Damn, my fucking own moderators, C-Mac is not even in here and doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Dude, he's just sending me old-ass links. Yeah, we did see this. Part 2 is so much better. Okay, we'll get to the part 2 part of this as well.
Stream. Thank you for
We're starting off with the view, boys. We're starting out with the view. But of course, before we full-blown start off with the view, you already know what motherfucking time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's top of the hour, so I'm going to run a 60-second ad break here. If you'd like to no longer see the ads and you want to avoid them, you can subscribe. You can do that for $5 with a regular subscription. Wait, hold on. Why am I doing that without the accent? Hold on. If you'd like to no longer see the fucking ads, all you need to do is subscribe with your Twitch Prime. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. And you can use that. You can use that for fucking free. No, that's not my old ad voice. My old ad voice is Irish. This is Scottish. Here's the fucking ad break now. I'm having too much fun with this one. Okay, let's keep going.
House members and being removed from committees for outrageous comments and embracing conspiracy theories. Well, last week she stayed on brand by comparing Speaker Pelosi's mask mandates to Nazis sending Holocaust victims to the gas chamber, and she's not sorry about it either. Take a look.
I said nothing wrong, and I think any rational Jewish person didn't like what happened in Nazi Germany, and any rational Jewish person doesn't like what's happening with overbearing mask mandates.
Okay, dude, how do you not recognize that, like, bro, the Holocaust wasn't a fucking inconvenience, okay? That's the problem. Why do people not understand this? Like, people get so mad at me whenever I make comparisons to Nazis that are completely valid because, like, it's nearly identical in terms of, like, the kind of fucking violence that whatever group is subjecting other marginalized communities to. For example, when I say, like, our detention centers and, like, what ICE does resembles Nazi Germany, and we have concentration camps for immigrants in this country, and it's fucking disgusting, right? Utilizing the history of the Holocaust effectively is acceptable in certain circumstances. That's why we say never again, right? We say never again because we don't want to repeat what happened in the Holocaust, right? Please. Never again doesn't mean like, oh no, it happened one time, so it'll literally never happen again. So never compare anything to the Holocaust. But then there's also the other side of this when you say, like, what Eve Barlow said, for example, where she was like, my migraine in a dark room reminds me of what Jews went through in the Holocaust. That's a joke. That is a ridiculous thing to say, but I have the brain power to understand that that's clearly a fucking joke, right? Made by a Jewish person. It's valid. Like, you get mad at that, but ultimately, like, that's a joke. This is ridiculous. Comparing the Holocaust to mask mandates is fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe she's saying this. I think the Jewish space laser shit, that's way worse than just being like, you know, the mask mandate is resembling the Holocaust. Everyone does this all the time. Everyone does this shit all the time. Everyone makes comparisons to the Holocaust on whatever like suits them or doesn't suit them. But this one is like ridiculous. Like, this is so ridiculous that it's like, it's kind of anti-Semitic, okay?
And overbearing vaccine policies.
I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a Titan. So, you know, she's oppressed enough as a Titan. So I guess, like, it's, I'm just going to go easy on her. You know what I mean? I mean, she's literally a Titan. Like, they've been purged from the inner walls of whatever the attack on Titan City is. You know what I mean? Like, they've been pushed away. I think that was the fucking AOT. Marjorie Titan Greene. Yeah, put all the Eldrians on an island. Did I get that right? I don't know. Are the Titans the ones that are oppressed, or are they doing the oppression?
Yankees.
Or you kind of recognize that they are the ones that are being fuck it. I'm giving you spoilers, whatever. The Holocaust was about murdering a group of people, and mask mandates are about preventing illness. So I see how they are comparable. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually very similar when you think about it. But don't think about it too much, because then you'll realize that it's not similar at all.
This is from the woman whose party stands with Israel. So where are all her colleagues telling her that she's minimizing the horror of 6 million Jews being mass murdered by comparing it to wearing a piece of cloth over your face? Bih! What the hell? I mean, joy.
What the fuck? Did you just say bih? What the fuck? That's an audible bih, dude. That's crazy. That's wild. I did not think that I would hear that on the fucking View, dude. I think you can say bitch on you can say bitch on TV.
6 months spog.
But you know, that would have been a way bigger issue, because like angry black woman says white congressperson, a real American, is a bitch. Ooh, that would have been wild.
Is this finally going to turn the tide on Green? Are her people going to finally stand up and say, shut up and sit down? This is ridiculous.
I don't think so. I mean, Republicans didn't do anything when she called Jewish lasers the cause of wildfires in California.
Yeah, like,
for a year.
Bro, when you fucking drop that, when you drop the Jewish space laser line, like, it's over, dude. It's kind of hard for you to come back from that, to be like, I am the defender of Jews now. It's kind of weird. Anyway.
California, and when she liked, as they say, a Facebook post that said that they should put a bullet to Nancy Pelosi's head, 94 of the Republicans in the House voted not to do anything about her. And I must point out that when Ilhan Omar tweeted it was all about Benjamins, which I hated that, and I hate any kind of
Yeah, dude, that was so anti-Semitic. Yeah, very similar. Like saying that the Israeli lobby has a lot of power in Congress in a country where 35 states have like criticism of Israel bills that literally go against our First Amendment. Yeah, that's so crazy, man. That's very similar. That's very similar to saying like a Jewish space laser caused a fucking forest fire. What the fuck? Yeah, yep, there it is. That's a apples to apples comparison right there, dude. Yeah, you should never admit money is in politics. Well, the worst part about that is when you can admit that there is money in politics and lobbying groups have a profound amount of influence over Congress. You just can't admit when it comes to the Israeli lobby, which is fucking insane, because then it's automatically anti-Semitic. Like, shut the fuck up. And I said as much at the time. I covered that relentlessly as well, because I felt like no one was fucking defending Ilhan Omar. Anyway.
Keep rocking.
Anti-Semitism from any party, at least in that situation. Pelosi.
We are going to get to the fucking anti-BDS bill, at least in Georgia. By the way,
2 month sub.
That's there was a big fucking dub. Shouts out to Abby Martin.
And the entire Democratic leadership condemned it. Kevin McCarthy is just sitting on his hands right now. You know, I mean, this is.
Bro, Kevin McCarthy literally ran ads showing George Soros and talking about immigrant caravans. It does not get more Nazi than this, okay?
Why did Palestine overthrow their government?
What else did Kevin McCarthy do? Hold on, Mr. Anti-Ilhan Omar, Kevin McCarthy. Like, hold on. Yeah. McCarthy rebuffs accusations of anti-Semitism in deleted tweet about Soros, Steyer, and Bloomberg. Widely condemned comments from Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar, blah, 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 blah. He said, we cannot allow Soros, Steyer, and Bloomberg to buy this election. Get out and vote Republican. Okay, I thought it was like linking them back to Soros is like Steyer and Bloomberg. It kind of makes sense to say that about because they are literally fucking billionaires that are buying their way into the election. Saying it about Soros all of a sudden, though, kind of weird. Okay, look at all these Jewish elites. Look at all these fucking Jewish elites, bro. We can't let those Jewish elites buy. At least like add a fucking Christian in there or something to make it sound like you aren't like alluding to that shit. You know what I mean? Or at least like I don't know, take out Soros from the equation, who is not running at the time. But the other thing that Republicans do all the time, all the fucking time is like, they will straight up be like, George Soros is packing immigrant caravans. Okay? They're packing immigrant caravans and sending them over the border. That is literal Nazi shit. Okay? Nazis believe and have always believed that cultural Marxism created in the Frankfurt School by a bunch of fucking Jewish academics was going to destroy Western society through making everyone homosexual and making women free. Okay, educating people on freedom of choosing, freedom of choice, freedom of like sexual liberation. All of that is going to degenerate Western society. And also, they want black and brown people, Jews want black and brown people to come into the country, and you know, that's what George Soros does. He's like puts people in caravans and like brings brown people in the country. So like that is a literal Nazi conspiracy that nearly every Republican repeats all the time, all the fucking time. Okay, that is straight up a Republican, regular Republican talking point. Yeah, because Nazis are worried about diluting the white race, whatever the fuck that is.
Why did Palestine overthrow their government in 2006? Who is Fatah?
So that shit is a regular, actual fucking Nazi conspiracy that Republicans engage in.
3 months, Pog.
It's not the map of fate. That was Republicans versus Democrats, he argued. Michael Bloomberg put $54 million in the campaign just in the last couple of districts, or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so getting back to that, it's hilarious when they fucking lose their shit over.
Thanks for having me
over anti-Semitism and then do it themselves.
So that she can raise money for herself on the backs of Jews in this country. And as you say, they love Israel, but they don't like Jews, apparently. I don't even understand it. This woman is delusional and unhinged. She makes Michelle Bachmann look like Eleanor Roosevelt. Every time she opens her mouth, I just want to scream.
2 weeks ago, and you've been helping
right, Sarah, when you heard this, what was your thoughts?
One, not surprised, but a lot of thoughts came into mind. This was reductive, insulting, insensitive, awful. It seems like the more time that passes from when the Holocaust occurred, the more casually people use this to bat people over the head in arguments, which I find just so inappropriate. This was 6 million Jews were killed, in addition to other people.
Like, by the way, at this point, I would have been like, normally, thank you, Zarnik, for the 10 tier 1 gifts. At this point, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Are you cliff notesing the Holocaust? Like, literally everyone knows. Like, what the fuck? But then I found out that, like, a lot of Zoomers don't fucking know. Where is the, where, there was, like, a poll that came out that were just, like, the stat that like half of American teens don't know about the Holocaust. Like, what the fuck's going on, dude? How do you not
convinced my Jewish family?
How do you not know about the Holocaust, dude?
They're acting like fascists. Thanks for the great content.
Maybe, and this is where I say maybe the fucking Confederates are right that you actually do need monuments, dude. Brother, there ain't no Hitler statues. I don't know about the Holocaust. Literally, like, what the fuck? That is kind of wild.
What up, bitches?
I had to delete TikTok because of how dumb so many Zoomer conspiracies circulate on there.
People that were perceived as inferior. You had Slavic people, Germans with disabilities, homosexuals. This was meant to wipe out a people. There were medical experiments that were done that, you know, if you've read anywhere, you see the disturbing.
There are Holocaust monuments in Germany. I know. There are Holocaust monuments in America too. I'm joking. That's a joke. I don't think there should be statues of Hitler, my friend. This is so. One thing that we do here is make jokes. Okay. It's called a joke, and you go, haha, I get that. That's like kind of funny. I see what you did there. That's what you're normally supposed to do and laugh. You guys get mad, but like some people literally need to be educated on this, okay? I'm sorry. Anyway.
Inhumane treatment and then murder of people. By comparing something like this, you're minimizing the personal stories. There are still people alive that have ties as Holocaust survivors. And these weren't just anecdotal moments that you're reading that you have distance from. These are family members. These are lost generations.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Of lives. I think it doesn't surprise me, as Joy mentioned.
Like, what the fuck is... I don't care about this. I want to hear, like, what Meghan McCain has to say about this. Like, is she going to turn around and be like, yeah, that was terrible, but also, like, mask wearing is kind of like the Holocaust? Like, is she... How do you defend
this is a woman that did describe, like, a scientific event as space lasers. So coming from her, it's not shocking. It doesn't make it less offensive. I think it also reminds us of two very important things: the importance of education. I know she knows better, but to continue to educate people on the atrocities of our history, because otherwise they come back again. And that includes slavery in this country, and giving it its ample time when we teach young people, and also make sure we hold people accountable for rewriting history, like on January 6th. Because when you become Holocaust deniers and you shop in this stuff, it's dangerous.
Cheers to 4 more months.
Okay. Here's one thing I will say about Holocaust denial. It is oftentimes the easiest way to recognize that the person you're talking to is probably a fascist. Like, the moment, well, also, it's illegal in countries like Germany and France. But having said that, this is like one of the easiest ways to recognize that someone is a Nazi. Okay, straight up. Like, there are many different ways of doing it. People will sometimes like say, oh, the figures are disputed, like Holocaust revisionism. Not straight up denial, but like Holocaust revisionism is another way that you can recognize that you're probably dealing with a fascist. You know, the just asking questions, coincidences, that sort of fucking language. And it is certainly an easy way to recognize that the person you're dealing with is very likely a fucking fascist.
Thanks for the stream's hassle.
Auschwitz had pools. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the concentration camps were... Actually, if you want to know the kinds of Holocaust revisionism that Nazis engage in, literally look to what conservatives say right now about the atrocities that they commit, or the American state commits, or the Israeli state actually commits. It is literally identical. Holocaust revisionists will say, oh, well, they weren't concentration camps. They had pools. Like, come on. The situation that they were in, the Jews were in these concentration camps, like, that was, you know, that you're crazy. They were just like cleaning them in, they were cleaning their clothes in the gas chambers, like shit like that. You know, that's something that literally, what's her face? The fucking blonde Nazi on Fox News. I can't believe I'm not remembering. Not Tommy Lauren. That's exactly something that's identical to what she said about the child concentration camps that we have. Not Lauren Southern. No. The fucking Fox News one. Laura Ingraham. Laura Ingraham literally said that the concentration camps that we're putting immigrant undocumented children in resemble like actually you know, daycare and like a summer camp. She said that. She fucking literally said that. So remember that. You know, it's just, if you want to understand like how people if you want to understand how people lie about Holocaust revisionism, just listen to what conservatives currently say about current modern day atrocities.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sonny, this isn't the first time Greens made anti-Semitic comments. Are you surprised by this, or are you surprised by the response to it?
I'm sort of surprised at the lack of response to Marjorie Taylor Greene by the Republican leadership, because
why would you ever be surprised by that? Funny that you are now teaching us about how horrific the Holocaust when a portion of the left have been attacking Jews left and right. Sus, in my opinion. What? When a portion of the left have been attacking Jews left and right? What does that mean? Wait, what portion of the left? Funny, you are now teaching us about the Holocaust? Do you think I'm your school teacher, you fucking moron? I expect you to know about the Holocaust. And also, I've talked about the Holocaust a million fucking times on this broadcast. You know how much fucking anti-Nazi coverage I do on here to like pick apart Nazi arguments and alt-right arguments? You fucking shithead. Just because you started watching yesterday doesn't mean that I like haven't fucking talked about the Holocaust before. Dude, hey, guess what, dude? I was live yesterday as well. Maybe you didn't see. Maybe you lack object permanence. But if you've been fucking following me since November 14th, 2019, I'm sure you've probably seen my coverage on the Holocaust or Holocaust revisionism, Holocaust denial over and over again. Easy but stupid way to radicalize people. People just want something to blame when they're frustrated, doubt will help this go. Just a thought. Bold of you to discuss war issues. By the way, has your supported candidate withdrawn troops from many of the areas where the U.S. murders? Oh, this guy is just like a fucking idiot. He just comes in here to like drop a couple idiotic lines and then run away. I'm gonna ban him for. I'm gonna protect him from being banned because he's Brazilian, though. Obviously. Despite the fact that he's a debate lord, he's from Brazil. Listen, dog, you have it hard enough as it is. Okay, you can stay. You know, you suffer enough. Okay, here I'll save you here this time. Yeah, imagine living in Brazil, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. It's hard enough as it is.
Education. Thank you, Professor Hassan.
That's kind of classist. No, that's not. It's not classist.
Not only has she made anti-Semitic comments before, we've all talked about the Jewish laser beam comments. I mean, she's also just routinely targeted marginalized communities and the representatives of those marginalized communities. Remember, even before she was a member of Congress in 2018, when you had Congresswomen Tlaib and Omar elected to Congress, which they were the first two Muslims represented in Congress. I mean, that was a monumental moment.
I wonder how funny this would be if you were the one in Brazil. I mean, people from Brazil routinely make fun of how terrible the conditions are in Brazil. So that's the joke. It's not coming out of a place of hatred. It's like understanding and it's dark humor, making fun of a shitty situation that you're in. Also, I come at it from the point of view of someone who lived in Turkey, which, you know. You also make fun of Turkey and the USA? Yeah, exactly. Oh no, hold on. No. Oh fuck. I did the number one error, dude. I criticized Brazil. I criticized Brazil thinking that this was a leftist community and we could have an opportunity to make jokes, forgetting that you never upset the Brazilians. You don't upset the Turks on the internet, and you don't upset the Brazilians. You don't upset the Albanians, okay? Very similar personalities. I forget someone who said once, like, someone tweeted out saying, like, I love shitting on Turkish people on the internet because they don't like go and do this like bullshit like, oh wow, you're really you're really advocating for my trauma to continue, like you're advocating for intergenerational trauma to continue upon Turkish people. They just go, suck on this mother bitch, fuck you, you are shit of the dog. Like immediately they're like, fuck you, shit of the dog. They don't do that fucking lame ass like, oh my god. And Brazilians are similar too. It's like, oh, you are shit on Brazil. You are shit on Brazil. I tell you what, you come to Brazil, I show you how to shit on Brazil. Brazil number 1. Same accent? That was not. Yeah. Chupa meu ovo. Chupa meu ovo. You come to Brazil right now. That's not the same as Arabs, dude. Arabs. Chupa meu ovo is suck my balls, right? That's what it is. Suck my ball. Did you just mention Albanians? Do you have a problem with me? Albania number 1, bro. Fuck you.
And she said at that time, I believe, that there was an Islamic invasion of our government. Once she became a congresswoman, she harassed Representative Newman by putting up a hate sign in front of her office targeting Representative Newman's trans daughter. She's stalked and been so aggressive to Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. She targeted Congresswoman Cori Bush, so much so that this congresswoman felt unsafe and had to move her office. And then even her aides act inappropriately in an aggressive manner, basically stalking and attacking Congressman Swalwell for wearing a mask. And that went just unreported. And so, it's really up to, I think, Republican leadership like Kevin McCarthy.
She's literally just like a demon, dude. She is kind of like a titan. Like, it feels weird, like, she just can't fucking stop herself from just being gross all the time. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it does feel like she can't control her urges as a titan. It's pretty funny. Anyway, we're gonna let's keep going,
because at this point Marjorie Taylor Greene is the face of the Republican Party, and because it's a big tent party, she is welcome, and Liz Cheney is not.
Right. So Megan, I mean, have you? What are your thoughts on this? Are you trying to figure out, like I think I am, why there is no one saying, hey, why her own party isn't dragging her in, saying, listen, you can't do this?
Well, I mean, I can't stand Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think she's a crazy person. I've said that over and over again. But she has been stripped of her committees. She has absolutely no legislative power in Congress whatsoever, which juxtaposed when Ilhan Omar said that Jewish people had hypnotized the world and it was all about the Benjamins. She's still on the Foreign Relations Committee, and she's able to dictate our foreign policy in the United States of America. So what do you expect Republicans to do? I think that's taking a lot more action against a crazy person than I would say the Democrats are doing on the left. I'm confused what has risen this to a hot topic this week, because last week, as I brought up on Friday, there's a huge rise in anti-Semitic attacks against Jewish people globally and in our own country. In Los Angeles, a group of pro-Palestine anti-Semites showed up to a sushi restaurant and said who was Jewish here, and then began.
Ilhan Omar should be stripped of her committee positions for the actions of Marjorie Taylor Greene. What the fuck? Yeah, dude, you're right. She said Israel has hypnotized the world. I mean, listen. I talked about that before. Like, one, it's she's saying Israel, but it doesn't matter. She's using hypnotism. Like, that's a It's sus, okay? It's sus, but it doesn't fucking matter. It was a long ass time ago. She's obviously not fucking anti-Semitic. Shut the fuck up.
Happy 6 months.
Wasn't that? I mean, it's more of a. I would attribute that to ESL for sure. That's not what she said, brother. I think she said isn't that what she said like way back in the day? But the new shit that they launch against her is bullshit. Like the new shit that they launch against her is fucking bullshit. And she also apologized for it too. Like, what do you want? As I was saying, she literally campaigned for a Jewish man to be president. I mean, yeah. But again, that doesn't matter because they think a lot of people think Bernie's not like a real Jew because he's fucking critical of Israel. So you said Israel has hypnotized the world. Yes, Israel has hypnotized the world. Even though she's saying Israel, she's not saying Jews hypnotize the world. I think Israel hypnotized the world, but it doesn't matter because Israel is still, you know, a Jewish nation state, and then hypnotism is like classic fucking Nazi shit to say like, is hypnotism a Jewish conspiracy type thing? I've never heard of that. Listen, I said it. Yeah, she said it in 2012. Let me just say something. I've talked about this before. You have to separate Zionism from Judaism, okay? These two things should not be married. Nazis married the two so they can justify their fucking anti-Semitic points of views. And also Zionists married the two to be like, oh, you're being anti-Semitic if you criticize Israel. Okay? So, I've said this already. I have a higher metric. Like I have a higher barrier for Muslims that are criticizing Israel. It's just the truth. If you are a Muslim person living in the West and you're criticizing Israel, you have to be extra careful. Okay? Sorry. It's just the fucking truth. That's precisely what I said about the foreign minister as well. And you should know better. And you shouldn't use things that could easily be weaponized against you that will devalue your cause. And also because like anti-Semitism is a real problem and you don't want to even have the appearance of like legitimizing anti-Semitic tropes. Everyone on the show is more anti-Semitic than Elon fucking Whoopi Goldberg and her fake ass last name for a joke. Don't even get me started on McCain. Wait, really? I never thought about that. What really? Whoopi Goldberg's last name is to like make fun of Jewish people or something? Whoopi claims